3 straight wins with those defensive acquisitions. When you look at the Bears in the playoff picture, they've won 5 straight games to vault to the number 1 seed of the NFC playoff picture. Now the real work begins, facing the rival Packers at Lambeau Field. Meanwhile, the NFC West race is heating up. 3 teams in the current playoff picture within a half game of one another. Seattle still has games against the Niners and Rams down the stretch. What a great final stretch we have, Peter Schrager, in the NFL. Some massive divisional battles this week, and I want to start in the NFC North. What do you got to see in this Bears-Packers?
Awesome game. The Bears, 9-3. The playoffs were to start today, the 1 seed. The last time they were the 1 seed was 2006 with Rex Grossman at quarterback, but they're playing the Packers in Lambeau. What do we need to see? That last week was no fluke, and the Bears can continue to run the ball. They have this incredible run game right now that's working with the 2 running backs and an offensive line that they really invested in this offseason. If you talk to people within the Bears organization, and I spoke to Ben Johnson this week, he's like, you guys don't talk enough about Joe Tooney and what he does for us, and Drew Dahlman, free agent acquisitions, and of course Darnell Wright, who they took with a top 10 pick a couple of years ago. They are looked at as, hey, Caleb Williams, first overall pick, and all these great wide receivers and tight ends. No, don't get it twisted. Ben Johnson was the same way last year with Sonic and Knuckles in Detroit. They love to run the ball. If there's a soft spot in that Jeff Hafley Packers defense, you can run on Green Bay.
Okay, that'll be a good one on Sunday. Definitely looking forward to it. There's a lot of good games. Let's move to the AFC. After the Packers,
Micah Parsons already made his mark on Green Bay, leading the team, 12.5 sacks. He's new to the Packers-Bears rivalry. He'll get his first taste of it Sunday at Lambeau. Sounds like he's ready to roll. Listen to this.
I just don't like him just because, I just see like the disrespect that comes with things, and that's why I say I play for respect. Like, when you know how to earn someone's respect, it's beating the out of them. Like, there's no better feeling than coming in the game and their best players is coming up to you like, yeah, like, okay. Like, that's like respect. These people want to come here and they want to get us in our house, and we got to eventually go there. That's, if someone comes on your lawn, what would you say? So, it's that type of, it's a respect thing. Like, especially losing a couple of games at home and the way we lost them in a fashion. Like, I think we have to come together as a defense to get our respect back. And it starts this Sunday.
Bears, Packers at Lambeau. Bears win. They have a commanding lead in the division and a 59% chance to win the division. However, if Green Bay wins, their chances of winning the North jump to 70%. I said it earlier, I feel like we keep moving the goalposts on what this means for the Bears. The big test was last week. Actually, no, Philadelphia stinks. Now the big test is this week. Are the Bears, do you believe these young Bears, and I know they have some veteran leadership on that team, but we still, Ben's first year as a coach and Caleb, are they ready for this test at Lambeau Field?
Yeah, I think they are, in particular on the offensive side of the football. I think they're built the right way, and I think Ben Johnson has talked about the fact that, look, they purposely went through room to room and made sure that mix was perfect in terms of veterans and young players. On the offensive side of the football, in particular, on the right side of this offensive line, where you got Jonah Jackson, and you got this, look at the kind of movement that they're getting here at the point of attack and the way in which they're able to average almost close to 5 yards per carry on the season. And the reason why is because, one, the line of scrimmage is being captured on a consistent basis, and number 2, DeAndre Swift. Are you kidding me? You see the way he is running. You see some of the messages he sent in that game early on with the way he was looking up defensive backs and running them over. That's what has to be done against Green Bay.
Let me ask my linebacker here, because Green Bay's defense is different from others. I think we thought the Eagles were a super stout run defense. We saw what the Cowboys did to them. We think of the Packers as more of a pass rushing group. Do you think the Bears can run it like that again this weekend?
It depends on the plan, right? And, the Bears feel like they have an advantage. And when you buy in, you feel like you have advantage schematically because your coach is always going to give you a great game plan. It gives you a lot of confidence. But really, this game is going to be won at the line of scrimmage, but also at the second level. Because what it is a lot of eye wash, right? It's a lot of shift motions and pay attention to this, but they're just power runs. Cutbacks, winebacks. So those linebackers will have to be disciplined at the second level to make sure that they have to fall back. Because what they do a great job of is splitting the defense. When you talk about the movement, you talk about cutting the defense and creating running lanes that guys have to fill.
I spoke with Ben for a while this week, and that question right there, how can Caleb be successful versus Packers defense? People are now looking at Caleb Williams' statistics and saying he's actually not playing well. He's actually got, a bad completion percentage. Gotta understand that Ben Johnson is not asking him to be Drake May. He's not asking him to be Jaden Daniels from a year ago. He's asking him to run that offense. And what he's done now from before the bye week is light years from what he was doing. And a lot of that stuff is just trusting the cadence. That offsides that they pulled the Eagles on last year, Caleb Williams was not doing that a year ago. He has full command of the line of scrimmage. And this is the play here. Look at this. This is a huge play on 3rd and 5. Watch Caleb afterwards, because he knows this is a different version of what I was doing. You would never think on the road that Caleb Williams would have that mastery of the line. And I know that's not the stuff that everyone wants to see. They want to see razzle-dazzle and throwing and all this stuff. It's just not what Ben Johnson's asking of him yet.
It's all about first and second down production for the Chicago Bears, right? And to try to eliminate or minimize the pass rushes of the Green Bay Packers. Michael Parsons, Rashawn Gary. We know Michael Parsons is going to line up everywhere amongst the defensive line. But what Ben Johnson does a great job of as a play caller, shifts, motions, eye candy. I'm going to give this defense one more thing to think about before we even snap the football. I love the two-headed monster with DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai. Let's not forget him. Yeah. I covered him in a bowl game 2 years ago.
7th-round pick.
In the Pinstripe Bowl, where he rushed against Miami for 160-plus yards and a touchdown. This young man, I like the way he's playing. Offensive lineman, Drew Dahlman, Jonah Jackson, Joe Tooney.
Darnell Wright.
But those three guys, they went and got in the offseason.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we see the fruits of going out and getting those guys.
I'm with you, Harry. I'm just saying this. Caleb Williams is not just a passenger on this train, though. He has made plenty of plays. Yes. He just needs to kind of smooth it out as far as consistency. But think back to the Giants game. Think about some of the throws he made in that game late. As far as some of the throws, the off-schedule throws, off-platform throws. He's got it. This whole offense has got it right now.
Joe Fortenbaugh, Packers a 6.5-point favorite at DraftKings Sportsbook. What are you thinking?
Best bet overall here is to go with the under. Game script looks at two teams that want to run the football in this game. They should have plenty of success doing it. Chicago's 14th in defensive rush success rate. Green Bay's 25th. So if you're able to run the ball, you're able to keep the clock moving, you're able to drain it down, and we're able to keep it lower scoring. Keep in mind, Green Bay at home this year, giving up fewer points on home turf than any team in the NFL. It's just 13 per game.
That's the biggest game in the NFC this weekend.
Chicago, obviously, you look at them, they got a top 5 offensive line. You're looking at Caleb Williams, but he's not great under pressure. He's only on pace to get sacked 27 times this year.
Yes.
Down from 68 last year. So Chicago, in terms of Ben Johnson and their coaching staff, have done a great job of protecting him. Now he's got to step up and do a better job rather than complete 37% of his passes when under pressure. You got to do better than that. But in the end, you're Jordan Love. Knowing those things and knowing how suspect Chicago's defense can be, if you're that dude, you got to step up and show it in a game like this.
Yeah.
I think what Ben Johnson has been able to do is take the stress workload off of Caleb Williams. Now, the talent of Caleb Williams will show flashes, an elite scramble, pocket awareness. Hey, the throw yesterday, the throw last week, throwing across his body for the ends of this one right here is just something that not a lot of quarterbacks can do, could ever do, will be ever to do. And when you start to think about who has to play well in order for their team to win, it's Jordan Love. Caleb Williams does not have the stress to say, hey, I have to play great or I have to play elite because of the running ability of the Chicago Bears. Where Jordan Love, it's all on you, bro. And with saying that, even though you do have a dynamic running back, it still comes down to, are you going to make the plays when the plays are being had? And that's the thing that we start to see with Jordan Love. It's not to say that he's been playing bad, but it's like, yo, we need you to win us this game at an elite level, and will you step up and accept the challenge?
You know what's crazy, though, when you talk about that with Caleb Williams making the plays when the plays need to be had? That's exactly what he's done this year.
Correct.
Right?
Especially in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, like you could break down the numbers on Caleb Williams, but Caleb Williams has been as clutch as his team has needed him to be in all of these close games. When you look at the New York Giants, you go back to the Cincinnati Bengals and the throw to Colston Loveland. You even go back to the Philadelphia Eagles game after they created the turnover on the tush push. It's a 4th and 5, and he has to get the ball to Colston Loveland. The pass we just showed Nicole Kmet. That's when the Philadelphia Eagles actually decided that they were going to start playing offense. And so when we talk about the Chicago Bears, even though Ben Johnson and that run game and the offensive line has done so much for this team, we have to give Caleb Williams, one, credit for not being sacked. Credit for getting the football out of his hands, being able to escape, but also being timely in his playmaking.
Got it. But let me get back to Jordan Love. This is perhaps the most important game for the Green Bay Packers against the Chicago Bears in recent memory.
Great.
Jordan Love in the month of December, 16 touchdowns, 1 interception. It can't be different now. Not now. You can't. I mean, when Chicago is climbing and they saying, we're coming, we got a coach now. We believe we got a quarterback now. We believe we got a system. We believe we have a culture in place. This ain't the time to fold against the Chicago Bears. I think those are the kind of things that contribute even more to your point that it has to be Jordan Love.
Can I ask Cam a question? Cam, when you were becoming the Cam Newton in this league, right? When you were becoming a guy that could
Bye.